Imagine that you are in the middle of a noisy metropolis. There are sirens, voices, and endless notifications on your phone. Your mind feels like an overloaded computer that's about to freeze. Now, close your eyes. For a second, silence, nothing. In that emptiness, power is born. Hello, friends. Today, we're going to reveal a secret that the Buddha kept for 2,500 years. What if I told you that just 10 minutes of silence a day could recharge your energy, making coffee seem like child's play? Are you ready to experiment? Imagine that you have an invisible battery inside you. Every day, the world drains 90% of its power. But there's a way to recharge it to 100% with no money or pills required. Today, I'll share 3 steps from ancient Buddhist practices that will transform chaos into harmony. There's a test at the end, so be prepared. How much control does your mind have over you? If you hold your breath until the end of the video, your life will never be the same. Be honest. Have you ever experienced true silence, real silence? Not the absence of sound, but the space where answers are born, where fear dissolves and energy flows like a river? You've been lied to. Silence isn't just for monks, it's for you. It's for those who are tired of running. Right now, we are going to begin a journey into the heart of your consciousness. If you look all the way to the end, you will learn how to stop being a slave to your thoughts and become their master. Step 1. Stop the flow. Imagine your mind as a raging waterfall. Your thoughts, worries, and plans fall from great heights, drowning out everything around them. The Buddha called this the womb of the world. The secret, though, is to find a quiet cave behind the waterfall. How? Sit up straight, close your eyes, inhale for 4 counts, pause, breathe out for 6, repeat 5 times. When you slow your breathing, your brain receives the signal that there is no danger. You can turn off panic mode. This isn't meditation, it's a reboot of the nervous system. Life hack for the office. You can create silence even in noise. Open notes on your phone. Write one word that evokes peace for you. Ocean, forest, tea. Stare at it for 30 seconds. Take a deep breath. Your brain will recognize this as a command. Switch to recovery mode. Buddhists say, silence is the language of God. Everything else, test check. Right now, evaluate on a scale from 1 to 10. How much control do you feel you have over your thoughts? Memorize the number. After the video, take the test again. Step 2. Energy from the void. Do you know that feeling when after an argument, all the juice is squeezed out? Buddhist monks teach energy doesn't go away. It's blocked by emotions. Imagine that inside you is a ball of light. Anger, fear, and resentment are black threads that entangle it. Silence is the sword that cuts through them. Practice. Look at the wall for 2 minutes a day. Not at a painting, not a window. Look into a white wall. Your mind will scream, "That's boring." But that's how you train it to not cling to clutter. Example story. In 2015, journalist Emily spent 10 days on a silent retreat. No phone, no talking. On the 3rd day, she cried with rage. On the 7th day, she heard bird song for the first time in 20 years. It was like coming home, she said. Silence doesn't change the world, it changes your perception of it. Sleep. Life hack. Before going to sleep, place your hand on your chest. Breathe in such a way that your palm rises, not your chest. 5 minutes later, your body will enter energy recovery mode. The Buddha called this type of sleep the sleep of the clear mind. Step 3. the power of pause. Every time you feel like snapping, take a 3-second pause. Ask yourself, is this a reaction or my choice? Monks say there's a gap between stimulus and reaction. In it is your freedom. Practice throughout the day. Interrupt any automatic action like checking social media 5 times and instead breathe. You are not a robot. You are the gardener of your mind. Dramatic twist. But what if the silence is dangerous? What if you encounter yourself in it? Yes, the first few days will be strange. You'll hear voices that are usually drowned out by Netflix and coffee. You're a loser. You won't make it. It's not you. It's the winds of the past. Your job is not to fight them, but to acknowledge them and say, I hear you, but right now, I choose peace. Revelation test. At the end of the video, I will ask you to close your eyes and visualize a door. Its color, size, and material will reveal how much control you are willing to relinquish. Don't miss it. Why does it work? Science versus ancient wisdom. Harvard scientists have proven that 10 minutes of silence a day increases gray matter density in the brain. It's like working out your muscles, but for your mind. Buddha knew this without an MRI. His method? Listen to the silence between thoughts. Practice. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Sit and count the intervals between sounds. The refrigerator humming, or footsteps behind the wall, for example. By the 5th interval, you'll notice that the silence will seem louder than the noise. Relationship, life hack. Before an important conversation, pause for 10 seconds. Imagine your words are pebbles. If you throw them hard into the water, you'll get waves. Throw them softly, and you'll only get circles. Ask yourself, do I want to destroy or understand? Buddhists call this right wave speech. Failure story, now the brutal truth. Michael, a businessman, had been trying to meditate for 2 years. I was angry that I couldn't turn my brain off. Then I realized that silence is not the absence of thoughts. It's not clinging to them. His breakthrough came when he began whispering thank you to every worry. A month later, his team noticed that he had stopped screaming. Shock fact. Do you know what Elon Musk and Buddhist monks have in common? The morning void ritual. The first 30 minutes of the day are spent without any information. No emails, no news, just silence and tea. Why? If you don't control the morning, you react instead of creating. Practice the invisible shield. In transportation, in line, or in traffic, imagine a transparent dome around you. Every honk and shout bounces off it like rain off glass. Breathe deeply. This is not an escape. It's a choice not to let the world steal your peace. Test reminder. Right now, clench your fist. Harder. Feel the tension? Now relax. That's what stress does to you. Now ask yourself, what am I holding onto in my life that I need to let go of? The secret of the monks, silence in motion. You thought meditation was just sitting. In Japan, monks practice kinhin, a form of walking meditation. Step in, inhale. Step, exhale. The secret is to concentrate on your feet. The earth is your ally. It takes the weight away. Try it today. 5 minutes of walking without music or podcasts. Your feet will lead you to peace. Life hack for instant calm. When you're feeling overwhelmed, find any blue object, the sky, a cup, an advertisement. Stare at it for 30 seconds. The color blue lowers your heart rate by 15%. Buddha called blue the color of infinite mind space. Danger zone, the silence of laziness. Warning, Do not confuse silence power with silence avoidance. If you hide from problems in it, it is a trap. How can you tell the difference? Strength gives you the energy to act. Escape leaves you feeling guilty. Practice. After each silence session, ask yourself, am I like a charged battery or an escaped convict? Experiment. Tomorrow morning, smile before you speak, just once. This activates the resting neurons. Even a fake smile will trick the brain. If we're smiling, there's no danger. Silence can make you the creator of your life. Imagine your mind is the sky. Thoughts are clouds. Some are dark and heavy, others are light and airy, but you are not the clouds. You are the one who observes the sky. The Buddha taught, don't cling to the clouds and you will gain heaven. Practice. Whenever you are overwhelmed by emotion, tell yourself, it will pass like a cloud. After a week, you'll notice that your problems haven't disappeared, but they won't control you anymore. Decision making. Life hack. Before making an important decision, take a piece of paper, draw a circle. On the inside, write, what does fear say? On the outside, write, what does silence say? Buddhist monks say, fear cries, wisdom whispers. Listen to the whispers. Here's a story of betrayal. Here's another story where silence became a weapon. Carlos, a yoga teacher, discovered that his partner had stolen money from the business. His first impulse was revenge. But he went to the mountains for 3 days. No words, no action. On the 4th day, his partner came forward. Your silence was louder than any threat, he said. Sometimes silence is the best answer. Scientific breakthrough. A Stanford study found that people who practice silence have a 40% more active prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain responsible for creativity. This means silence doesn't make you passive. It turns you into an idea generator. Practice silent rebellion. Every day, replace one noisy ritual with silence. For example, instead of listening to music on your headphones, listen to your footsteps. Instead of scrolling through social media on the toilet, count your breaths. After 7 days, your brain will begin to seek silence as your body seeks water. Take your internal noise level test. Close your eyes. How many voices are you hearing right now? Anxieties, plans, memories. 1 to 2. You are a master of focus. 3 to 5. You need a reset. 6. Plus, urgently find your cave behind the waterfall. Samurai secret. Silence before battle. Samurais would sit in mokusa, a meditation of silence, for hours before battle. They knew he who controls the silence controls the battlefield. Practice. Before a difficult call or meeting, spend 1 minute looking at your palms. Ask yourself, what do I really want? The answer will come from the silence. Parenting. Life hack. When kids yell, don't raise your voice. Instead, get down on their level, look into their eyes, and breathe in silence for 5 seconds. Your silence will reflect their emotions. The Buddha would say, don't put out the fire with fire. Use the air of emptiness. Dramatic truth. But what if silence is not an escape, but an encounter with the most terrifying thing of all? Loneliness. It's the feeling you spent years drowning out with work, relationships, and food. Here's the secret. Loneliness is the doorway to your true self. Scary? Yes. But freedom awaits on the other side. A neuroscientist conducted an experiment. Dr. Lisa Phelps from New York conducted an experiment with 2 groups of people who listened to audiobooks. One group listened in silence and the other with background noise. The result? The group in silence remembered 70% more details. Silence is a superfood for memory, Lisa concluded. Practice silent dining. Once a week, eat a meal in complete silence. No TV or music. Chew slowly. Count how many times you chew each bite. After a month, you'll begin to hear the taste of food. Buddhists say, when the tongue is silent, the other senses awaken. Here's a provocative question. What would you hear if the world stopped for 10 seconds? Maybe the pounding of your heart, or a voice you've ignored for years. It's time to change. It's time to forgive. It's time to live. Silence won't give you answers. It unlocks the answers that are already within you. Silence is a superpower. Learn how to transform emptiness into fuel. Imagine that every action you take is an arrow. A noisy mind releases them chaotically and randomly. Silence teaches you to tension the bowstring, aim, and hit. Buddhist parable. A disciple asked, "How do I find my path?" The teacher replied, "Stop running, and it will find you." Practice. Once a day, interrupt your routine and stand absolutely still for 1 minute. Stare at one spot. After a week, you'll notice that solutions come to you. Solutions will come to you. Life hack for leaders. Hold meetings in silence. For the first 2 minutes, no one speaks. Have everyone write down their main point on paper. The result? Less conflict and more ideas. As Buddhists say, words are born in silence, and only there do they have power. Revival story. Sarah, a top executive in Miami, burned out. She quit her job, retired to a cabin in the mountains, and didn't speak for 3 days. On the 4th day, she started painting. A year later, her abstract paintings were being auctioned off. Silence wiped out the old me. From the ashes was born what was hidden, she said. Here's a shocking fact from psychologists. People who practice silence are 65% less likely to become ill from stress. Their secret? Cortisol, the stress hormone, dissolves in silence like sugar in water. Practice silent screaming. When emotions boil over, close yourself in the bathroom, turn on the water, and scream. But don't make a sound. Tense all your muscles, open your mouth, and remain silent for 30 seconds. Do this for 30 seconds. This will release adrenaline without destroying your dignity. Tibetan monks use this method before meditating. The "Who's the boss of the house?" test. Right now, ask yourself, how many times today did my phone decide what to focus on? If more than 10 times, your mind has become an arena for a digital circus. It's time to take back the power. The secret to monk longevity. In Shaolin monasteries, there's a rule: no talking after sunset. Even whispering is forbidden. Why? Night is the time for the spirit to digest the day. Try this. 1 hour before bedtime, no talking. Just enjoy some tea. Focus on your breathing or read a book. In a month, your mornings will be brighter. Life hack for traveling. At the airport or train station, put on a hood or hat and close your eyes. Imagine a golden cocoon around you. The noise will turn into a distant hum. This isn't an escape. It's a reboot in the midst of chaos. Dramatic choice. Now for the tough question. What are you willing to lose to find yourself? Career? A relationship? Old habits? Silence doesn't guarantee anything. It gives you the truth. Sometimes it's electric. But as Buddha said, better a hard truth than a beautiful lie. A subscriber's experiment. John from Texas went 7 days without social media. Instead, he spent 15 minutes in silence each morning. The result? I found a guitar in the garage that I'd forgotten about for 10 years. Now I'm writing songs. Final warning. You're probably thinking, That's all well and good, but I don't have time. Well, here's the trap. Silence doesn't take time. It requires decision. One breath is all it takes to remember. You are not a slave. You are the author of your life. Final test. What is your silence hiding? Close your eyes. Imagine standing in front of a mirror in total darkness. Slowly light a candle. What do you see in the reflection? Your true image. You are ready to accept the truth, the shadow. Your fears are still strong, but you're on the verge of a breakthrough. The void. Your silence has already become a temple. Quiet start. Life hack. The first 60 seconds after waking up, don't pick up your phone. Stretch, smile at the ceiling and say, "Today, I choose who I belong to." Buddhists believe morning thoughts are the seeds of the day. Don't let the world sow them for you. Revelation story. Tom, a war veteran, suffered from PTSD. The pills weren't working. Then he started practicing a moment of silence every time he remembered the bombings. After a month, he said, "In silence, I found a place where war cannot enter." Bomb science fact. Neurons at rest form a passive mode network, a system responsible for intuition and insight. In other words, the more often you keep silent, the more often the universe will provide you with answers. Practice the invisible thread. Put a simple thread on your wrist. Every time you notice it, ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Don't analyze, just be aware. The thread is an anchor that brings you back to the present moment. Drama challenge. What if, after a year of silence, you became unrecognizable? Your friends would say, "You've changed." You'll smile and say, "No, I've finally discovered who I am." Life hack for the brave. Once a month, have a day of silence. No words, no messages, just gestures, looks, and breathing. You'd be surprised. 90% of conversations are an attempt to fill the void your mind fears. The secret to enlightenment is easier than it seems. Buddha didn't meditate 24/7. He washed dishes, he carried water, he walked on the road. His secret? Do the simple things with full attention. Practice today. Wash a cup as if your fate depends on it. Last chance. Right now, pause for 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Inhale. You just slowed down time. That's the power of silence. Final prophecy. 10 years from now, you'll be sitting somewhere quiet. You'll be thinking, thank yourself for those 10 minutes a day. They made all the difference. Now, it's your choice. Close the video or it's your move. If you watch it all the way through, you won't be the same person you were 15 minutes ago. You have 3 keys to a door that 99% of people are afraid to open. But to make them work, you need to make your move. For example, if you're ready to try silence today, comment. Write one word that will become your anchor of peace. Subscribe so you won't miss the video where we'll reveal how to turn fear into fuel. One last question for you. What topics do you want to hear about next? How to read your mind through your breath, the power of loneliness, how do outcasts become leaders? Rituals that change your day in 1 minute? Write exclamation mark. This is your channel. Goodbye, promise. Remember this clip the next time the world goes silent. Say, I have a secret weapon. It's 2,500 years old. See you in silence.